What's going on, everyone? Today we are going to start the build for the new heated enclosure for these guys. It is October, starting to get into a little bit cooler weather. As you can tell, the old heat house we used last year, I mean, that's the biggest tortoise there. It's not going to fit 10 tortoises. So what the plan is to block this house off for the winter, and what we're going to do is clean up this cement pad here, get all these pallets taken down, and we've got a whole bunch of lumber to rebuild a new enclosure. This isn't going to be the cheapest way to rebuild it. I got some 4x8 pieces of plywood, I got 2x10s, I got some nice roofing like on the chicken coop over there to kind of make it match the chicken coop a little bit and just look a little bit nicer. Got the garden all planted up. We got Leroy here. Tortoises thinks he's food, but he's not. So what I'm gonna do is just jump right into the video, cleaning up this space. This space is an absolute mess right now. I got so much junk. So what the goal is today is get that space cleaned up. I'm gonna throw that on a time lapse here, and we'll see how much of this build we get done, because one of the challenges that we'll run into, and I'll show you guys when I get this area cleaned up, is the irrigation actually comes about 2 inches higher than this. So I'm gonna have to build the new house on top of a couple pallets to make sure that it doesn't get wet when the irrigation comes, because it's also gonna be used as a lockout house for the tortoises when the irrigation comes. So I'm gonna go ahead without further ado, get you guys set up, and I'm gonna go ahead and set up a time lapse and just start taking stuff apart. So I'll catch you guys in a minute. Alright, so that was a short little time lapse. Took me longer than expected to tear this area down. Couple reasons for that being, I was doing wash right before I started, and the whole gallon of liquid soap flooded the laundry room. So it took an hour. Sun's a little bit lower right now, but got this area torn apart. Cicadas are enjoying some Missouri. They'll keep us company while we work. So like I said before, I'm gonna have to have this be taller than the irrigation line, which will realistically be about right here. It's a little bit higher than this line on the fence. Don't want it to flood, we want it to stay dry. This would survive splitting along. So now I'm building this base taller because there's gonna be another project on this side of the pad over here. So I figure we might as well just use full-size pallets for now. And if I had to chop pallets shorter, I'll do it on that side, but we should be solid. And then what I'll do, so the tortoises can get in here if I don't step on one, is build a ramp up on top of that cement, put a ramp so they can get up into the house. But this is where our house is going to be our shelter, using that wood over there, plywood bottom on it, and then building the walls. So if you'll just stick by, we're going to go ahead and get to building this. I'm going to go ahead and keep doing time lapses because I don't think you guys really want to see what I'm doing too much. So I'm gonna start cutting stuff, and I will catch you guys in a minute on the time lapse. Alright guys, I got all my wood cut. It's getting late in the day. I'll start assembling a little bit of it, but basically what the plan is, I cut these all. They're 2x10s, 10 feet long, cut them in half. So they're 5 feet long each. We're gonna stack them 4 high, 4 high, 4 high. So this box is gonna be 5 foot by 5 foot. Those are gonna be kind of my corner braces in each corner on the inside. And then I've got the plywood way over there. We're gonna make that as a floor, but one of the things I wanna do to make sure it's a larger house, I wanna make sure it stays warm. So what I'm gonna do, same idea here we did on this one. I'm gonna wrap the whole entire inside in this 1.5, 2 inch styrofoam on the inside. I'm gonna caulk everything in on this house. And the other thing is I'm gonna do that on the floor. So before I put the plywood down, what I'm actually gonna do is lay down a sheet of that foam, like that purple stuff over there, and then I'm gonna lay a sheet of plywood on it. But I'm not gonna do that until I have all my walls up, so I know how I want this to lay out. And then we'll put the roof on, and we'll go from there. But today, I'm gonna try and just start putting together some of the walls. These are 2 by 10 inch by 10 foot long. These are just little 36 inch 2x4s I cut so that I can brace all my corners together. If you have any questions, just let me know. I just used a simple skill saw for all this. Had it plugged in. I use these pallets as my cutting tables. I'm gonna try and just get the walls screwed together. This will probably just be part 1 of this video. A lot of time lapse, a lot of me putting things together. So I'll go ahead and just time lapse me putting the walls up. Enjoy. Alright guys, this is as far as we're gonna get for today. It's coming along awesome. Sun is setting, kind of hard to see, but it's gonna essentially be 5 foot wide on the inside this way. And by the time I get my pieces on out here, be just shy of 5 feet on the depth. Gotta cut my plywood for the bottom. Gotta get all the insulation for the inner walls. And then the top should be pretty easy to slap on. But I wanted to make this thing tall enough. Sorry, I'm out of breath from screwing those together. But I wanted this to be tall enough to where I can have a tall enough opening to where if I need to crawl in there and adjust things, I can. So Tortoises did a number out here, devoured that Missouri I put out. But that's effectively going to be a wrap on today's video. Appreciate you guys stopping by. Take a look at the moringa growth, already almost touching the roof after 1 month. But this is part 1. Part 2 will wrap up the whole entire project. So if you've got an enclosure that you're need to make for a heated shelter for some of your tortoises for this winter, definitely stick around. Look for part 2 of this video. Should be out here, probably a couple days after this video pops, because I got to get this thing finished. So if you guys got any questions or anything, let me know what you think, and we'll go ahead and leave it at that. Hope you guys have an excellent day. Like, subscribe, share. There's a lot of people that are watching the videos that aren't subscribed, so subscribe, just help me grow, and we'll see you then.